Let me know if my voice is clear and audible. Super. Thank you. Thank you, Chuck. Yeah, so a quick recap of our last class. So we have discussed some theoretical things, right? Like data in ML systems. So that means data engineering in MLOps. We're not specific to the data engineering, I'm telling. Data engineering to the MLOps side or ML side. Okay. So what we have discussed, I'll just take 2 minutes to give you again a recap of our last class. We would be collecting data from the different sources, right? So one is API, second one is your any FTP servers, third one is your own DB, in-house DBs or other DBs also, and fourth one is third party, third party connections or connectors, connections or the connectors, and the fifth one is and the fifth one is we would be generating our own synthetic data. That is also one more thing. And the sixth thing is we would be doing also web scraping, right? Web scraping. So web scraping also you will be doing, okay? Or crawling also, because multiple pages you have to do, not only the single page or the one thing. So you might be going to do this one also. Once you have collected all this data as in one unit, okay, you will be performing ETL and ELT. So this is not our job. It's completely data engineering or ETL engineer's job. So they would be going to do all this kind of finding the dirty data, bad data, inconsistent data, everything, whatever required for the business thing. So they will do everything. Okay. In extract, transform, and load, or extract, load, and transform like this. Okay. They would be going to do, and they would be going to keep it in a warehouse or in a lake. So this is also possible. From there, we can directly use. Example, from there, we would be performing for our feature engineering, or in some organization, no need of the feature engineering. You directly inject for the ML training. So it is actually saving you a lot of process in between. If you follow your organization is with the data engineering with a good, strong data engineering team and ELT, ETL teams, and you have all things like Databricks or AWS Glue or anything, and you have good processing engine like PySpark or uh, these things. So it is nice. But at big organizations, this is a concept. Even at the big organizations, even you are collecting this all, you would be doing certain automations with pipelines, which we call as a data pipelines. Okay, which we call them as data pipelines. Data pipelines. Are these going to be part of your repo? No. The answer is no. Because these are all here in this ETL and ELT. But after this, your repo is nothing but your model repo. Okay. Let's say you said like fraud detection model. So for this fraud detection model, you will be organizing your repository like this. Okay. First, in it is a root, and then after you'll be saying like it's a data. So inside the data, you have the scripts. Okay, which is for loading this from somewhere. So this is some py script which is load py. Okay, where it will load? It will load it from here. From where? From your feature store or somewhere like this. And then you will be having other scripts here like eval or split or preprocess. Okay, so preprocess. Inside that you will be having some scripts. Okay, and again you will be having one more repository like this. So here you will go for training the model. Okay, like this. Everything that you're going to do these scripts in your repository. No, like this EDA, reprocessing, encodings, this converting and all. Are you going to do this as part of your repository? Yes. In your pipeline, you might be having this conversions. Like example, my ML model is always a linear to the numbers. Okay, like ML model linear. Always your model will understand numbers, not the text. Always understand numbers, not the text for mathematical computational. So if your data, your input from the CSV. So in the CSV, is it is a right format to understand to your model? No. So we would be doing some techniques. So if you are having parquet or if you would be having some other data, some any other data, so all these are going to be understand to your this one. No. Example, I can also use Python. I can use some list. Okay, I can say something like uh, Ravi, Raju, something like this. Okay, and then I can close. Will this directly going to understand to your my model when it is going to the training? No, I have to use a tool, libraries here. What? I have to use libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Kit, Seaborn. Like this, I have to use. With them, we will be writing these scripts here. So, which is going to load and done something, and it will push back to your somewhere into your S3, GCS, or you are having any feature store, something like that. Okay, or BigQuery. Here it is going to push. Last time Satish was asking like I would be doing 70, 20, 10, right? Dividing. So those things will be derived after this kind of techniques we have done. Okay. Is it is your part of your mission learning or your pipeline, like from left to right. If you're going with a repository of your model and you're starting of triggering a pipeline, you wanted to go for an experiment, and this is your structure. Now, what I need to understand, like what we have discussed in the last, now we need to understand how this flow will be going, how exactly this flow will be going. Let's understand in a very simple terminologies. Let me go to the Google Colab. So this is my Google Colab. Data practice. MLOps. Okay. Your data science engineers, you and everyone, you and me, would be doing first initial practice on the notebook only. Even though you are on your repository. So here also there will be a separate folder like this, notebooks. So inside this notebooks, you will be having a notebook. Okay. .ip ynb like this. Okay. And different notebooks. These things will be going to be a scripts. Is a one time only, and then the scripts are going to be run every time. So whenever you're doing changes in your any of this, and you will be committing that and finalizing, then you have to sync them as a converting as a Python scripts. Okay, so that those can be going to run as part of your pipeline, where in Airflow, where in Prefit, where in Flight, where in Argo flows. There, these pipelines are going to run. Now, so here my code block is there. What we do first of all, we actually every time you see, you will be having some libraries. You might see the popular libraries like import like this, right? Import NumPy as NP, import pandas as PD. Okay, like this you will be every time you seeing them. What is this libraries? Why I have to use them? What what things that is going to make in my MLOps functionality? See, you are collecting the data is nice. You don't know is this data is a good data or bad data. Bad data means a bad model always. So you never go with a raw data directly to your training to your model. You have to do some ETL things. You have to perform EDA. You have to perform cleanups. You have to perform joins, encodings, one not codings, labelings. This all these things you have to do it. There are some techniques. You have to use them like null, like drop, like join. All this you have to do there. Once you have converted them as a meaningful data, then you can go for the feature store. So when I take those meaningful data also, but still my Python scripts never make a mature understanding to understand my ML model. Whatever my ML model algorithm there, to understand to that, I have to use libraries. Without that, what happens? Example, if you are using pandas, if you are using pandas, or if you are using same this one only, like NumPy, when you are running on the CPU server, when you are running on the CPU server, okay, in real world organization, you're not going to take this 1 MB, 2 MB data. There will be big data. So when you are doing this big data with your Python scripts and you wanted to use it to go for your ML model training, to do feature matrices, you want to do derive something like model weights, predictions, metric calculations, data normalizations, all this you wanted to use. In that case, your model need a fast numerical calculations. So what happens if you directly use with your Python, it will slow your process. It will slow your process completely because it's a CPU and it is using high memory and there is no vector ops. Completely there is no vectorization. That's it. So your server will hang or it will throw you or exceptions. All this will be happen. So because of this, system found this gap. So we won't go like this. So in the ML design and system, they come up with the libraries called NumPy for a mathematical engine for the specially for the machine learning things. Okay, because Most of our ML models, libraries like Pandas, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Scikit-learn, all these are depends on NumPy. All these are depends on NumPy because it's a C-based thing. Okay, so that is the main thing. Example, if I go here, I was asking like this. I mean, I'm typing like this. If I want a data, I have a data. Let's say an array 10, 20, 30, or 40. Let's take 40 also. I would like to derive the mean of this. So what I'll going to do, np dot, I would say mean. So it's a mathematical calculations of what? Data. When you going to run this, so it will tell you among of this, what is the mean? Okay. So what is the mean? That's why we are going to use this one. Okay. So this is a NumPy thing. Similar way, we are going to use pandas. We're going to use pandas. Okay. Pandas. All these are there. Pandas. Basically, why the pandas is? Pandas will solve our problems. If you have CSV and if you have Parquet files, or if you have like other SQL things, SQL scripts, like dump scripts and all. Okay, SQL things. Is it understandable to your machine learning model? No, no. So because it's not made like that. So pandas will help that to algorithm to a machine learning model to understand that. So whatever the CSV, Excel, Parquet, SQL that are there, if any missing values, you are going to do any feature engineering. So in that process, while you're preparing this data for your experiment, your pandas will help you. Pandas will be help you. So that's why we use a pandas. So this is the one more thing. This is a one more thing. Code block. Pandas. SPD. So df, you can just call anything like pd dot read any CSV. CSV. You can give something like test dot txt or a CSV. CSV like this, and you can use 0 and then in place equal to true. So when you say like this, what happens? Whatever your Excel is having a manual thing, like you wanted to fill fill something a place, fill 0 as a something place as a true. Okay, so you wanted to fill something into your CSV file, or you wanted to remove or something you wanted to do. Okay, so what happens? You wanted to make this data to understandable to your model side. You will be using this pandas for data quality. Basically, I can say one word as a data quality. Okay. For this data quality, we would be using pandas. So this is important. If you do manually going into the Excel sheet or you're removing all this, so it will take a lot of time to you. So instead that you use the pandas. So that is the one more thing. Similar way, we will be using matplotlib, Seaborn for the visualization, and we would be using scikit-learn for the feature scaling, ML algorithm understanding. So all these are the libraries. All these are the libraries. Some. Participants are asked to start AI companion. Okay, fine. So all these are we would be using. Okay. In for ML flow experimenting, we'll use ML flow. For deep learning, we'll use TensorFlow, PyTorch. All this we would be using them. Okay. So this is a important thing. And if you are wanted to see how this things will be going to collect directly from the Kaggle, or just go to the Kaggle, log into your Kaggle, go here, settings, come down. I guess generate token. Oops. Why? It has to download some kaggle.json file. Yeah, kaggle.json file. So you have to create and then go here. You have to download this file. Automatically, when you click on this, it it will download in your system. How this is going to help you? So this will be actually going to load the data at your uh, notebook actually. Okay. So example, if I go here and I would like to write something, pip install, pip install. What I need pip install pandas, and I need numpy, and Seaborn and Kaggle as well. Kaggle as well, because I'm going to take it from the Kaggle. And one more thing, like I would like to get it from the Kaggle specifically. So whatever pandas spd, and then URL. If you type a URL and the URL from your any data that you are downloading from the Kaggle, let's say any data set Titanic CSV. Cool. So this is a CSV file here. So this I would like to download, but for this, I guess this is not going to help. Titanic dataset URL. Mm, Example, you have this dataset CSV. Okay, copy this URL, go here and paste here. Okay, so once you have paste, then what I want it like df, let's say pd dot read dot csv URL, and some head only, like I would like to print it. Print. That's it. Then I'll say print f strings we have learned, right? Like shape, df dot shape. That's it. Mhm. Hmm. Import pandas as a PD in the first. So it was not correct. So here this should be added. Yeah, that's what the thing. This URL will not directly take it from the GitHub like this, even though you take it from like this. So this will be the problem. This raw.gitubusercontent.com we need to add. I forgot this. Then we just accept and run. Yes, Abhishek, UTF also will be. But while you're directly getting it with this direct URL, would be more easy. So now if you can see, you got it already here, your data. So you're just reading of first five numbers, like these are all. So this is a one-way technique of your downloading from your source, like which source? Directly from the your this one from Kaggle or any GitHub repository. So there is a one way. Second thing is like you might be also going to get it from the your API, like you are going to get it from the weather API, or you like to get it from the your third party API, or you will be also get it from the your SQL tables as well, or sorry, your SQL DBs as well inside your organization, right? So that is the one more thing. So example, if I wanted to take any weather API free. Uh, I guess there is a weather API, HTTPS, something weather dot in. No, I guess HTTPS. Let me try. What I want city, Hyderabad. I'll say URL is equal to. Then I'll call the city. Probably like this. I don't know whether it is correct or not, but let me try. Walmart. because most of the time you'll get it here. So format. Yes, this one. This one. Weather dot in London. This one. So like this, we can call. Yeah. Okay. So I'll say just weather. Request get URL dot JSON. Fine. So print weather. But print weather for what? Print weather for, I want for the city. We need to import request also. Let's do one thing. Import detail. Now you can see it's telling city Hyderabad. But what about my temperature? So let me add the temperature as well. Print temperature, current location, current condition, automatically it took. So all these are just your Python things, how we have added. Okay. RE like as request as RE. Now it is telling 20 degrees, weather is clear. From where I took? From the weather API. Similar way, at most of your organizations, not only this, uh, even your Edge browser, your Chrome browser giving you weather predictions, right? In some of the areas, like you are having this electrical companies like Northern Grid companies who manage this power and all, and some other this oil and gas companies, they actually depended on weather. You know, they actually depended on weather. So their data is mostly from the weather side. They will do ELT, ETL thing, and their data engineering team is heavily works on the API extractions. They get data on everyday basis. They have lot of cron jobs. They every often going to import the data. They'll also do some reporting on it, and they will also analyze if this weather data is done. Some machine learning model is going to based on the weather, so it is going to give some indications to you. So nearest to you, so nearest to your grid, what you have to do like that. Yes, there are multiple companies are using like this. So it's not only like we just seeing a simple API and we collected this. No, on this simple weather, there are many companies are dependent. So this is a important how see how data is important to a company. So that is the one more important thing on this weather side. Okay. So like this, we would be also going to do on the web scraping, and we would be also going to do on the crawling. Like if you have a different pages, if you have a different pages, for the scraping side or for the crawling side. Yes, we will do the same. Example, I would like to take one any of one quotes. Quotes, something will be there. Quotes, quotes website. Quotes websites. Cool. So I'll just share this Google Colab. You just copy and practice parallelly with me. I'll just give you here. Don't sharing in the chat. Like there's a quotes actually. Something called Tor's scrape or to scrape. Yes, this one. So this is a URL. Now you can see here I have some codes. Very minimal data I would like to pull, but I don't want to pull this products, carts, orders, whatever the Flipkart is having. It's again heavy and unethical also. They can easily track your IP address and they can also tell you something. Even you when you're doing crawling, it's unethical. There is a way of crawling ethical way and seeding also an ethical way. But if you're hitting on these public websites like Netflix and all, and you wanted to do crawl them, and they're going to caught you, and they'll send like legal things to you also at your company. If they found at your company, they'll send the legal things. That is unethical. We won't be doing like that. Okay. For a few startup companies, they started doing like that because of the lack of knowledge, and they get the emails from the warning emails and from the companies. We will be not doing because that is unethical. For this kind of static websites, yes, we can do that. Like let's say that's why this I'm selecting this codes or something, a very static websites. If I would like to scrape this one, so what I want some libraries for it, like request and beautiful so for us and pandas. Most probably beautiful also is needed. Let's say I would like to go pip install request request and also beautiful soaps and pandas. And one more thing, yes, as I already done, I just want import as a request, import as a request, and bs4 and import as beautiful soap, beautiful soap, and import as pandas as a pd. Done. Now URL, similar way, you're going to paste this URL of how we have done over there. Copy this URL, come here and paste. Okay. Now, I just wanted to scrape some of the data. Okay. So get response from the request of this get URL, right? And then get it from your this one. So beautiful. Automatically it is suggesting you all these are correct only. So, but it is good to have this knowledge. Response time in HTML parser. Now what I'm doing, I'm using this HTML parser. At your LLM also you'll be going to use like this because at LLM side, you are when you are injecting or when you are going for your data to be trained to your LLM model side, what passes you will be going to use? HTML passes, PDF passes, and you also having an embedding like Word to embedding, Glow embeddings. Okay, this many embeddings are there. So that is also part of this only, like a same kind of a method we would be also going to do for the LLM. Okay. Now what I have said, I just said that go for this HTML parser. So get it from this website, and just directly it's given codes, but it don't know that what I want again in coming down. But actually it just sent only this one, but I want what? I want codes. I want codes. I want codes. I want what are the extension we need to install in VS Code to practice this? No, you just directly create this Google Colab. Notebook things practice in the Google Colab only. Okay. So find all, but I don't want this HTML things, div, class, codes. Okay. I want what? I want what? The span, and I want what? Text. Because I'm not on this. And the similar way, I want for authors. Authors is equal to yes. So find. I don't want even tags also. Small and authors. Cool. Now here, what I will be saying, wrong data from IP import import saying, because your weather API don't know about the XYZ. Just keep the actual city. Uday. Okay. In Collab we get errors. No, in Collab it is very easy. If you get error, Google Gemini is there. Okay. Yeah. So here I'm not treating like as a quotes. I'm treating like a data example. I'm treating like a this one. If I go for it, I'll write for. So I'll just take it as a code, and I'll just take it as a code, and hey means quote and author in. I would like to take in the zip again. Same thing, same. Okay, I don't want to make any um, this thing. Okay, so now what happening? It will going to print of whatever we were trying to extract from this website. Okay, a table with code sign author's expected output. I don't know. Yes, BS. Uh, it's an error. Okay. BS4. I guess I've written some spelling mistake. You can see the world as we have created it is process, and who is Albert Einstein. So it is our choice, Harry and that show what we have, J.K. Rowling. So these are some quotes and these are some authors. So Cursor AI providing you some assistance while coding like a Google Colab. Cities XYZ in error snapshot. Yeah. So cursor would be a great IDE. Same, it is also a danger. You should always have your human intelligence of what it is doing. If you are misleading, I'll be teaching separate classes with Cursor IDE, VS Code, Cloud Code Anthropic with their CLI and Gemini CLI. So that's a powerful tool which will help you at your development at extent level, at high extent level. You can compare it with the 10 year seniors also. But to go there and doing the changes with them, we should know what things are going on. Okay. As we are AI engineer, that is our last mile step to learn how to play with the IDEs. Okay. Uh, you should click on this button. If you click on this button or shift enter, it will run. Okay. Cool. Okay. Now I understand that. Okay. So here I would be doing all this as part of collection. But when I'm going to write all this, when I'm going to write all this, let example and is it good now? Okay. So let me take one example. If we have some e-commerce data, so I would like to generate one synthetic data and then we would be doing how this feature engineering or this data flow will be going on. Each step that you are doing can be a separate script, or each step that you are doing could be your one pipeline also. Okay. Example here, just write. Okay. Example, we know that we have to import pandas as PD, import numpy as np and import uh, date and time. Okay. So date and time also is important because it is going to help you in your timestamp. When you're going with your AIOps or MLOps, sorry, AIOps or these things, which is very, very important. Date, time, and time delta, I guess. Time delta. Okay, let me see if it is giving error. Sometimes what happens when you are working on your experiment, you're really not going to take your original data sometimes. Before you going to work it upon or you submit your white paper, okay? A initiation came from your data science team and you, a initiation came and they said that do a documents, do a analysis and develop a research paper. Yes, this is the first step when your initiation was took, okay? When initiation was coming up with your decision, problem statement, and the analysis, every team member they will be collaboratively working on one research paper. So white paper or research paper you can call whatever. So you would be adding each thing, not like this ChatGPT made research paper. Everything will be very clear. So in that research paper, you're not directly going to utilize your original data related to your business problem. What you will do, you will generate a fake random data for your proof of concept, or people will be calling you as a MVP, POC, or MVP model, kind of. Okay. So if you ask me like what is the difference between POC and MVP, so POC is something already your stack was there, and you wanted to create a new initiation, and you are going with that, whether it can be approved or not approved, but you wanted to prove it. But MVP is something who, as your engineering team or your upper management, was took a decision as an individual decision. On that decision, many people are working on it. Okay, so for that collaboratively, they're generating the POCs. Okay, so that is a real kind of scenario. For that, you will be going to use this kind of synthetic fake generated data, a random data that we are going to create. Example like random, random, let's say, let's take like this. Okay, and I would like to take users around 1,000 users, and I would like to take records around 5,000. So this is my data. So how I'll be going to generate the data? You can give data, and now you can write down here. Okay, user ID, user one, record. Uh, okay, and then I would like to go with production price, not the time also, or product ID. Timestamps I don't want. Just a random thing I'm taking, or maybe let me do an just like this. If I have one user, then only records, keep it like, and then I can go use product, not the ID. I'll just take product price. NP random. Okay, and so I'll take the data. I can might be choose a choice here. Yeah. What is random seed do? Actually, it is like a pseudo random number it is going to generate for you in every time. That is a use. So if I use random radiant here, no, I can go with choice. Choice. Cool. Then probably let me user ID, product price. What else we can take? Quantity. Right, product names and all. 5 records. And then probably event type. I don't want a event time. Purchase cart view. Hmm. What I want is like I want yeah, product number, product name. Product name is not guess, I guess. Choices. Okay, so I'll just call view. I don't even want this one also. Timestamp. Cart choice. This one is most probably enough. And you can I just don't want this. Let's set function. Let me see whether it is going to work or not. Date and time, quantity. No, just we'll make it more optimized instead type errors. I just want a random data. Ah, right. Okay. I'll just say cool. Then execute. Now you got it. So I have this data right now. You say user ID, product price, quantity, event type, and product name. One, two, three. So random IDs like this. So this is a generated data, like our uh, whatever you are loading at your script, you would be going to load the data. Now, let's say you understand the data, the raw data, and you wanted to see that how many rows are there, how many columns are there, how many these things are there. Okay. So like this, just give a info, something like this. Just give the info. Your this many and user ID and 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, none, null, none, null, 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 like this. It is there. Okay. Now you wanted to do something, a kind of, you wanted to do an EDA. You find it something from it. You wanted to see the problems what in it. So this is your raw data. You found it. And in this process, you wanted to understand the shape of the data, the problems of the data, what's going wrong with it. Yes, Rajkumar, it is EDA. So in this EDA, how you going to see? Let's say you have nulls, none hyphen null. Okay. You wanted to uh, you wanted to remove something, or you wanted to mix the events type, or you wanted to see the no label set, you wanted to do something like that. In that case, you're going to perform this thing. Example, you'll be also performing tools like is null. I guess is null. I'll just say some. Let's see. What happened? User ID 0, product 0, quantity 0, image type, and the type is integer 64. Okay, cool. Now I understand this. Then I wanted get like mean of these outliners, what it is, what product price is, what's in place and what median it is, what median of the save prices, such kind of things. Okay, so this EDA you are not going to perform, but your data science engineer is going to perform that. So in this case, you need to have a very good historic knowledge. Historic knowledge in sense on your business. All these products, when you're going to do this, identifying the problem with your EDA, and you're also doing the cleaning, what important for you and what not important for you. So that you have to actually have the good understanding on this. If you're not having good understanding on this, then it will create a lot of problem where your model can be perform very degraded. Okay. Example, I just wanted, I just wanted something like what we have, product price, right? Product underscore price, and product price, not like this. Fill NA, product price, diff in place true. So why I'm taking this median? With this median, I can see affected outliners. The median is safe price for my sales or not. Here, this is called your business logic. If you are lack of this business logic, no. This is not assuming like this. This is not something you're asking ChatGPT. This is not asking you something any AI. They don't know your business context. They don't know the logic of your data. They don't know anything. You are the human brain. You are the key person who is having understanding on the business style, business data that you're pulling, and what you have to apply a logic here. If this is something you are a very fresher and you're doing to it, no meaning actually. So many people or data science engineers would be doing this activity. They would be having more understanding on it. And to our Indians, most of the times we won't do. Uh, Outside like this British or white people, they would be having very good understanding. Most of the cases, if you see, they would be done this good job here. After that, the transition was happening to the Indian engineers. People have started also doing this one because now we are enough capable to understand, we are specialized in this stream, and we are also generating the new logics according to the business strategies and all. One of the engineer is working on this part, then is able to grab the all the logics and the business ideas, and he also applying on the data side. Now they are making very meaningful data. Okay, too much meaningful data after this applying. That's where the data science is coming into the picture. Okay. If you are already data science engineers, please share your experience, how you are doing at your company, and how this is important, why I am telling this. Do you want to add something more or you want to correct me also? Please. So, yeah. So this is the one. Okay. What I'm doing, so I'm just going with this taking a median because the decision for my business, it's not a random, it's a decision for my business. After this, I have to validate it. I have to validate it. Something in the future warning, the value is trying to set the copy data frames. So example, you're doing method. Okay, no problem. Now here, I just wanted to validate this is null sum is happen or not. Validating the data. Okay, let me do that. Yes, 00000. Cool. Now what I want to do, I wanted to go for the feature engineering. Okay. Can I ask a question on Colab, please? Yes, please. Yes.
Hello. Hi.
Yes. I,
You know this the message you're getting, start coding or generate with AI. I mean, I don't seem to get that. I mean, how
what?
do you activate that?
This one.
In the blank cell now, the last one, the blank cell, it says start coding or generate with the AI. And then
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
start typing, it's actually suggesting you, the AI is suggesting you, isn't it?
Mm.
What setting did you do that to get that?
No need of any setting. It's a default configuration of Google.
I'm not getting that. I'm just getting that plain box like that.
Okay, if you
And
click,
I don't get that. I don't get that code completion as well from AI or suggestions.
did you create it Gemini account?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you created Gemini account,
Or do I need to link it anywhere? Or I have a Gemini account.
no need to link. It is the ecosystem is already is backend connectivity. If you click on this code cell, it will open.
Hmm.
This is you're not getting right. This generate with an
Yeah,
AI.
yeah. I'm not getting
Here
that.
also
Yeah, and I
you're
have to
not
type
getting.
everything.
This is also you're not
No, I
getting.
don't. I don't get that either. Is it a
Uh,
paid one?
no. It's a free only. Why
Yeah,
paid one?
I
2000
don't
per
get
month.
that. I don't get that.
Uh,
So do you need to log into Gemini in any of the tabs there? Or
no, not at all. Just create a Gemini account. Means normal free Gemini account, and see if
yeah,
still
I have
it's
that.
activated. If you have it already, what you do? Just make a wanted error here. Make it a wanted error. It will
Oh,
give you an
okay.
error and ask you explain. like how I did
Oh,
previously here. So when you click on
okay.
explain, it's
Yeah.
basically come from the
I
Gemini.
no, I didn't get that either. I didn't get that either. So say for example, if I say here, um, print string, so a plus 10. Yeah, say for example.
Oh,
So it just gives me the error message. That's it.
error message. Can you
Yeah.
share the chart? I guess
So
might be.
I genuinely made an error. So I'm trying to print the string a plus 10, and it just says type error. Can only concatenate string and not into string. I don't get anything else. Is anyone else has this problem in our team or?
Because this is most Google thing and not sin because it, 1 year back that is the case what you're saying, but
Mhm.
now it is Google Gemini is integrated everywhere on the Google.
Hmm.
Okay, we'll see. Just I'll end the
Okay.
class when I end the class. Just call
Okay.
me. We'll
Yeah,
connect.
sure. Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you. So, but he just created Google Collab now only, Surendra. But still, maybe yeah. So for me it works. Okay, fine. I don't know. Where are we? Yeah, I have just applied this one. Okay, fine. And now I would like to get into the feature engineering. This is where we get into the feature engineering. Once you've done the feature engineering, is your part of your pipeline actually. You do every time feature engineering for your every experiment. Anyone working already? Are you doing feature engineering every time when you're going for every experiment? Not always. Yes. No. Actually, it's no. Because, yeah. So because once you define the feature engineering and you derive the features for your an experiment, that means you're finalizing them. You're using for reproducing, right? For your other models. The same features from the one source you're going to use for other trainings as well, other experiments as well. Whenever you just wanted to refine them for your specific use case, that time you will be going to do this. Is it always going to be needed that you are running this feature engineering pipeline before you going for an experiment? Demos, this kind of local classes, this kind of things, people will say this, but no. At your organization, you need to find the problem for it. What value it create if you are creating every time feature engineering step? You every time generating new features and again pushing to the feature store. Why you are doing it every time when the features are same, right? When the new features are coming, when the new features drift happens, feature drift happen, you're doing feature engineering is nice. When the features are same again, why you're doing the feature engineering step? No, we won't do. So that we need to understand. Second thing is, might be it is recommended at your organization. If your features, even though same, you're doing and you're pushing the data into the feature store, and how often you do that? Based on the drift you do that, or based on your initiation you do that. If you're on the R&D, maybe you have to maintain different blocks. Okay, in the feature store itself, you're not going to be the one final data. There itself, you have a dev data, UAT data. Like this also, you can divide them, isolate them. From there, you can use again. You'll be dividing them again. It's not always in the feature store, the final goal data. The goal data can be into your environment wise also. The goal data can be your pub, like your at your category wise also, right? So that is the point when you are dealing with a big important business data. So it's not always same at every company. Just please understand, when you are joined as an engineer, you should you should for those who don't understand data science background, can you provide us a link to this basic coding data Excel? These are the basics. If you know this, you will understand. Going forward, we will be going to add more stages. It will be very easy to understand this AML side. Chuck, don't worry about it. So this is a case while I'm explaining about the real world scenarios of regarding the data. The huge data will be there. The huge data is not always same at all the companies. When you join in a company, first you need to understand what the company is doing, what company data is getting, which team, how many teams are there. First team, data engineering team. Second, ELT team or ETL team. Third, mission engineers are separate, data science engineers separate are there, are they are combiningly working, or you are the part of same generative AI and machine learning data science engineer team, or you are a separate team. There would be divided teams also, like a platform also. Are you a part of that? If your machine learning engineers and data science and data engineering team collaboratively working as a one team, then you must know all these things. You must know all these things. You need to understand. And the changes that we are doing like this, zub like this, no. Each change, each line is very carefully we do at the code base. You're just changing a small thing that can be shape out your outliner of the code or your training experiment things. So when you are doing any PyScript changes, it's very consciously, neat, and precisely you have to do. It's not like you're doing a vibe coding. So when you're doing vibe coding, yes, we have to do vibe coding. We have to do with the IDEs only, but we have to set up some instructions as exactly how we wanted to do. Then it can be do how we are expecting. So that's why I would like to add it here while you are doing this scripts running. It's very important. We are learning here like this with the sample data. It's not like that. Okay. Okay. So I wanted to generate something of feature engineering here. Okay. Just go for it. Like I just want total something, total amount or price and quantity. And after this, I just wanted to see the behavioral feature creation, how this feature creation was created. Example, purchase, purchase flag. Mhm. Yes, got it now. It's disabled in the settings. Fixed now. Thanks. Cool. Did we added event time? No, we not added event time. Quantity. Probably I can say something like this. Purchased. Type in it. Is purchase was purchase or not? Purchase flag. Cool. And I just wanted to see something like is it something like an aggregated data? So here, once you have done aggregated data means your goal data, right? Yesterday we discussed. So where the features are directly converted means the features are generated where you seen all your things like sales peak or load events, whatever your price sales quantities, all you can find it here. I took the random data. I was not able to frame a correct sentence from these things. But if you're taking this kind of data, you should have a strong thing. Okay, strong thing like how many quantities, purchases, event time. Example, why I said event time? If you are purchasing from the Amazon, when you click on cart, when you ordered, that is going to be an event. So your microservice is always going to calculate on the event based because your queues are going to work on the events, right? So let's say your user ID's total amount is event type and the count and the purchase, where it will going to give you a complete user level, session level, product level information to you, right? So that is an aggregated data. Those are the features and actual features and actual features. So let's see, event time I have added already. Let me take event time then. Event type, event time, event type. Okay. Yes, I have added this event type now. Now I wanted to see this how this time-based feature engineerings will happen. Okay. Uh, event R maybe. I guess it's going to fail. Event time. Event type came. Event event tower. Mm, okay. That's what the problem. I'm missing something. Quantity, event type, product name, user ID, tower. I guess this DT hour only. Start PD time delta. Oh, some different order took. Ended, started, random, stress, start time. Okay. Just instead solving just since I took the random one. Okay, so just I wanted to get some features only. I'm just my focus is like just I wanted to get the features, like what features at the end I'm getting it. So with this, what I can understand like what sales peak was happen at what time, at what event it is happen. So because that is an understanding of it. Let's say user features. Now I wanted get it user features. Get it user features. Group by. Now you're grouping them. Group by user ID, user ID, and what do you want? You want total purchase, total views, total cart, sum, and just close this. Say that reset index. Cool. And I want user features. Right? Okay. So this is going to tell me that the data about user level, the data about event type means session level, the data about total purchase level. So with the data, what I can do, I can store them where in feature store. When I store them in my feature store, so it is going to be my training data. It is going to be my training data. You see user ID, total purchase, total views, and total cards. This is how your last CSV file is mapped. Now these are the features. What we have written, if you have also, see, there is a one more thing, important thing I forgot. If you have something called text, if you have something called text, and if you have something called like this one, any other things, this numbers, labels, we call them, or integers, something like that. Example, you have data, I have dev, and I have prod, and I have test. Let me write down, or let me take the new collab. So example, I just wanted to get the sklearn dot pre-processing. We have discussed like pre-processing, right? Why we would be doing this pre-processing? So your data is not always going to be correct to understand your thing. Okay. What I'm saying here, label. Okay. Label encoder. This is the one technique. This technique is your data is not directly going to understand because you have the CSV, parquet, and all this. What you need to do? You need to uh, encode them. There is a methods, one out encoding, label encoding, like this. By using this, what happens? You are converting these things into the numericals, into your target tables. You're converting into them into your numericals. How my ML model will understand? I said dev environment. I said production environment. I said test environment. How your XGBoost model or any model, how it will be going to understand? On what basis it will understand? Because ML model can only understand computational numbers, numericals only, right? How it will be going to understand? What method? So the data you are getting from your CSV, you're just converting as a meaningful data to them. You have a labels. You have labels like this. Let's say you have a labels. Okay, I just don't want this. You have a labels like label encoder. I said, okay. And what data I have? I have data. Example. Let me take dev, comma. Let me take a prod, comma. And I'm telling test, comma. And I'm again telling prod. Okay. So this is my uh, this one prod, comma. Why it is giving red color? Okay. I just wanted to do encode, encode, encode. This is why. I just wanted to do encode, laid out fit, transform data, and pin encode. When I'm giving like this a list of things, dev, prod, test, prod, my my model actually is having a problem statement to solve. there is a Jira ticket came. With the Jira ticket, by the label understanding, it has to tell that it an incident or a not an incident, non-incident and incident. Example I'm telling. If this ticket came from the production label, then it is an incident. If it is label came from the dev environment, then it is a bug. Then if it is came from the test environment, then it is the change request. Example like that. Assume like that. So you given like this, then how this going to be understand to your model side? How? Because of this encodings, if you do in between, it's going to treat as it is going to allocate one label to your thing. Now dev, prod, and your test and the production, right? What is telling it's given label, dev is 0, prod is 1, test is 2. If you again repeating this prod, now here I didn't give an comma, it is assuming what? If I give comma, it has to again print what? Prod is what the number of prod? 1. So it has to again print 1. So prod anywhere you use again, it is a 1 only. If you use again here as dev, it's a 0 only. Dev is a 0 only, last one. Now your model can understand, oh, 0 means dev, 1 means prod, 2 means test, like this. Okay. So these are like one not encoding or one not encoding for the binaries. Binaries like you would be having this kind of things. What data is India? Yes, dev is always 0. India, I just given a double quotation, right? But what if I will give like this? Like this. India. So inside this, I'm again using inside the square brackets, I'm again using the square brackets. Okay. So when you use like this, you have to do like a kind of binary columns, we'll say. The relationships you need to find out with the numerics. So in this case, it will print you like 1.0 or 0.1, 0.1. This is in your LLM also, the same things are coming in LLM. How the LLM will understand your text, your prompt, how it is going to convert. Your text is going to convert what? Every word, your test, prod, color, you're saying apple, banana, whatever you say, it is going to convert as one word. Sorry, one number. Which number? Where you will get it? What embeddings you will be doing over there? That engineering is very, very interesting. Whenever you say any prompt, that will convert something as a numbers like this. So these numbers are going to hit your LLMs. These number LLM is understanding these numbers, not your text at all. Okay. With that, we will get the response in the same way. That's where these tokens, everything is coming into the picture. Okay. The loop, there's a big engineering. We will discuss like this only, each bits and pieces. Okay. There are bag of words will be there. If you're giving something like this, example, you given here, production is down. This is called bag of words. So for this, you use a vectorizer. That's called vectorization. You're converting these things, right? Your prompt will be like this, vectorization. We will again going to import the library called count vectorizer or vectorizer something. Count vectorizer is. We will going to import that, and we will see. We will use. We will fit this vectorizer into the fit transformers, and then extract the text. Then it is going to convert into these numbers. You will be utilizing for your training, for your LLM side. So this is what exactly happens. Okay. uh, where we are. Yeah. So when I see like this, this was directly, you see the numbers was not like that. Why you are converting to the numbers? Because you need it. Why you need it? You have to uh, you have to convert like this only. Then only you can go a meaningful data to your machine learning model to be trained. Okay. Now this user features, I just wanted to store. Where you going to store? You are going to store in the feature store. Feature store could be your separate BigQuery. Feature store could be your lake, warehouse. It could be your, then you're directly converting into the CSV and you're putting into your storage site, ECS, something like that. It's your wish. Where you're going to put it. It's always your wish. So this is how the data would be using in your ML ops. This is a sequence. One more thing, just don't say in interviews that when you're performing EDA, EDA can be at ETL side. 50% to 70% I can say. EDA could be at MLOps side before you go for the training. Yes. Feature engineering, again, where it is going to done. It can also done with the ETL team. Yes. Why you are doing again? To get the meaningful features. So that is the second cycle. So the refined data, or you can say. So the opposite person who is asking you, hey, might be you're using their these. No, every company they follow their own sequence. You should make him the opposite person that I will be using like this. We are using like this because we understand our data with these steps. You might be understanding your data with your steps, right? Questions, confusions. Now we reached up to feature engineering and storing the data in the feature store. We might use feast tool. You can use feast. Yes. So you can use feast and then you can use wherever your data and from there you can start keeping it. Whatever you're doing it right now, it's going to be there. And from there, what your repository pipelines will be there, loading the data and performing some part of techniques of your feature validation, applied schemas. Are these features are properly correct or not? Yes, these features are correct. Okay. We use feast will be store only name of the features or the data also. Data also. Only features won't make any sense, right, for us. Like I say, customer ID. Customer ID, say, but in that values need to be there. You're also going to store over there. Yes, we will try to. If you are having good understanding on this, then I probably create a repo, structured repo, then how we are performing. Two things we have to perform. One is get the data from the three different sources, do it your ETL things, load it, transform, extract, load it, put it in a feature store. From feature store, consume that to your machine learning experiment site. Again here, a small steps will be going to load, process, check, validate validate features, see the features, and then go for the machine learning training. Two steps. We'll deploy this feature store also. Do we store the data frame as it is feature store or convert into say a .csv and store it? So in the feature store style, at your feature store style, whatever it supports, the extensions, you're converting into your CSV, you can store. You're converting into your any other extensions, you can store. You're converting into you integrated with these things like Informatica or something there, and Snowflakes and Anaplan, DynamoDB, Redis. With them you can use. You can store it whatever you want. How many of you know about this? Anyone know about this Anaplan? Any business analyst, please? Anaplan. Anyone here business analyst? Perfect tool. Okay, so one more thing, the AI news. Anthropic was come with the co-work option. So if you're having team access, a team subscription, sorry, then you might able to see this co-work in your cloud AI. So co-work option where engineers can or team can work with this, like as a chat room. You can work on the development collaboratively. Anthropic cloud AI work option. So now it is only available in Mac, not in the Windows. It's only available in the Mac system. So if you download cloud desktop application, you can see images also is not updated, I guess. Local access run locally on your desktop, allowing it to manage files directly in the file system, autonomous task management, and user friendly cloud co-work. So that is a good feature actually for the people who is working more on the development part. It's highly helpful. The person who regularly do the development, full stack developers, or your machine learning engineer, or you might be anything. Cloud is super. I personally say that super it is. Cool. If no questions, no doubts, I not made still notes. Probably I'll take more 20 minutes for this to make the notes of whatever I said today. And then I'll publish in the classroom. Just please go through that. And tomorrow we I try to deploy the feast. I guess there is a image change was happened with the feast. Was the last time when I deployed 3 months back, there was an error with the image. Let me also try and we'll deploy the feast. Okay. For those don't have the signs, okay, Chuck, like you don't worry. Whatever I'm teaching, it's enough to understand these things. So at the first shot only, you will be understanding data science background. It is very hard. Just going forward, you will understand. Cool. Thank you very much. Then we'll conclude the session for today, and we'll meet tomorrow at the same time.